Hello everybody, welcome to our Medieval Dynasty Survival Guide. So we are talking about how kids inherit skills today. It's kind of like a mystery on how it all kind of works out. But the devs actually recently released a video on kind of like how it all works, how inheritance works, how their skills increase and such. So let's kind of get into it. First, you might be wondering, whose skills do the kids inherit, right? Is it the fathers? Is it the mothers? Well, actually, it is both. That the kid will basically inherit the skill that both their parent and their mother has, but they just take the average between those two. So whatever, if you have some villagers, and they have a baby, and if they're both like hunters, for example, so they have like really high hunter skills, they'll basically take the child will take the average of that hunter skill. Or if you have a parent where that's like really low on one but really high on the other, they're going to take the average between that as well. So whatever the average is between the two parents' skills, that is what the beginning skill level will be for the children. We're just gonna hang out because I don't have any kids in my village yet. My village is still very young, so we're just gonna hang out with our friend here today in Piastovia. But still, that's kind of how the inheritance works. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so when do the kids' skills actually increase? And there's actually at 3 points where they increase. At age 2, 7, and 14, all their skills will increase by 1 at those ages. So you'll notice that, once they hit those benchmarks, all their skills will get a little bit of a boost. So kind of keep an eye on that if you're kind of, tracking their development and such. Now, kind of like a major part of kids and such is actually making them apprentices. And apprentices are kind of like a unique worker, I would say, where at the age of 14, that is when kids can become apprentices. And when they are apprenticed to a specific production building, whether it be like the workshop, the smithy, whatever it is, they actually can increase their skill like in that production building. So for example, if they are apprentice hunters, their survival skill will increase. Or if they are if they work in the kitchen, their production, their crafting skill will increase. So that's kind of how that works. Now the caveat, I suppose, of that is that even though they are technically like working there, they're not going to actually add to the production. So you're not going to see like a boost in your kitchen or your hunters or whatever, because they're not adding to the production. They're just kind of refining their skill basically. And I guess that's kind of leads us to the last, which is when do kids stop gaining skills? And that's basically if you don't apprentice them, they stop getting skills at age 14. They won't get any other kind of like passive skills, or skills passively, I should say. It's only if you apprentice them at 14 that they will get a specific skill boost in whatever production, workshop, building, whatever that you assign them to. So otherwise, they're just going to stay as they are. And when they turn 18 and they become adults, that's basically their skill set at that point. That's just their skills that they have. And then obviously, as adults, if you assign them to a working location again, like another production building, whatever, that is where they can obviously increase their skills a little bit more as well. But that is kind of how it all works. So like I said, they inherit the average of both parents' skills. They get their skill boosts by 1 at the age of 2, 7, 14. At 14, they can become apprentices, and whatever production or whatever building that allows apprentices that you assign them to. For example, if we just go to our management just real fast, just to look at something, we'll say the kitchen here. We can assign right here, for example. They will get their skill in crafting or in production, I should say, since that's the skill related to the kitchen. And they'll allow them to keep boosting that skill, but they won't be actually, adding to the production itself. So if you want to have like really good workers in the future, you might want to keep skills and how they all work with kids in mind so that, they come out with really high skills and thus they're producing really quickly. And that's about it. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.